Good afternoon, everybody. As we mentioned, my name is Antonio, but all my friends call me Tony. My day job is at SpinView as AI team leader, and my side mission is at Pragmatic Labs, where we help small businesses put AI to work. Not the Silicon Valley high version, the actually useful version. I promise this won't be a talk where someone tells you AI is going to replace all your jobs. Well, not all of them. But today, where AI actually is in France and Europe, why most businesses aren't capturing the benefits of it, and what generally a different approach looks like. Let me start with a number. France NOM surveyed over 11,000 small and medium businesses last year. 26% say that they use AI. A year earlier, it was 13. It doubled in 1 year, which, depending on how you define use AI, might be just someone's nephew showed them ChatGPT over Christmas. But either way, there is a real momentum. And I want you to onto that 26% because I'm going to come back later with a twist. Let's see how is the global AI race looking. And I want to be honest, the numbers are stark. 109 billion of private AI investment went to the US last year. Europe attracted 8 billion. The US produced 40 AI foundation models, Europe 3. The compute gap is even wider. The US has 17 times Europe's AI supercomputing capacity, and 72% of the European cloud market runs on US infrastructure. But there is something nobody's talking about. Europe has 30% more AI professionals per capita than US. 3 out of 4 European AI PhD graduates who go to the United States stay there for at least 5 years. The talent is here, but it's leaving or it's maybe not being activated. So are businesses in Europe actually keeping it up? Let's take a look at the numbers of a small business AI adoption. US 58%, Denmark 42. In Denmark, they have been running national digital infrastructure program since 2016, so they had a head start. Also, they drink a lot of coffee. I'm not saying it's the coffee, but I'm not ruling it out. UK 35%. France went from 13 to 26 in just 1 year. EU average at 17%. These numbers look like something's going on and it's a real trend. But there is one word in all these surveys we need to pay attention: using. As in, someone on your team opened ChatGPT this month. Adoption is real, but using AI and getting results from it is not the same thing. Let me show what actual results looks like. The UK government run a pilot using Copilot, Microsoft Copilots, with 20,000 civil servants, drafting, summarizing, reporting, average saving 26 minutes per person per day. If we do the math, 26 minutes times 20,000 people, that's around 8,600 hours freed up every single day. That's like having 1,000 extra full-time staff just for admin in a government department. And if they can do it, why we cannot? The data is real. So what's the catch? And let's go back to that 26%. In another survey, they ask a harder question. Same country, France. Not you have opened ChatGPT, but has AI been formally integrated into how your business runs? Repeatable workflows connected to your business data built in, 10%. 1 in 10. That's the catch. 26% say they use, but only 10% have actually integrated. So what does the gap actually looks like day to day? Let me paint a picture. Two businesses in the same market, same size, same quality of service. One is using AI, but not integrated. ChatGPT on their phones, different prompts every day, no business context. The other has AI tools built in around their actual business content, connected to the products, the client history, their templates. Knowledge live in, of course, whoever remembers it. That's a single point of failure. The integrated business has that knowledge in the tools, into the AI. If you have a new hire, it will be up and running in the afternoon. The no integrated business does have a great conversation with ChatGPT about their strategy, but the strategy never gets executed. But the conversation, of course, it can be good. Salesforce surveyed 3,350 small, medium businesses leaders globally. 91% of those say that an AI integration boosts their revenue. No headcount cuts, revenue up, survey data, grain of salt, but of course, 91% is a very loud grain of salt. So why aren't more businesses on the side right of the table? And here's why most businesses fail to capture value from AI, even when they try, of course. You can open ChatGPT. There's a blank text box. There's, for us, layer one of problem, the user experience. There is no structure, no business context, no guidance. You don't know what to type. Your team doesn't know what to type. Every person types something different, gets a different result, and half of the time it's not usable. But it can go deeper, because even if you can fill that box, there is a second layer underneath. To get AI to actually work for your business in a reliable and scalable way, you need to engineer your prompts, manage context windows, chain agents together, pick the right LLM for the right task. A lot of technicalities. Is a specialist knowledge. Most businesses of this size doesn't have it. So there's a wall, a UX, and an integration stack over that first problem. And most businesses bounce off the first layer, the UX one, and never get even heard the second one. So what to do? You can first try, of course, to learn prompt engineering, experiment with different models, build your own system from scratch. Some businesses do. It takes months and, of course, a lot of trial and error. Or you can work with someone who's already solving both layers. So that's what we built. And that's exactly what Pragmatic Labs is trying to do. 4 things that make it work. First, the platform. The platform already exists. AI routing, knowledge-based integration, form engine, blah, 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 blah. A lot of technical knowledge is already there applied. We don't start from zero for each client. What changes is the configuration, your tools, your knowledge, your workflows. That's what it keeps fast and affordable. Second, human first. We start with a conversation, human to human, your business, your workflows, your pain points, where those AI actually can help you. That happens before a single thing gets configured. Third, specialized tools. We configure those specialized tools, one per use case. Customer support gets one, proposal gets another. Each tool uses the right model best for the task. They don't need to know, I mean, your team doesn't need to know if we are using Claude or GPT-5 or a very fast intern. Unlike the intern, it doesn't call in sick, of course. Beyond number 4, beyond chat. And your team doesn't need to see a blank text box. They get a form, a structure of fields, client names, product type, budget, tone, clean input in, consistent output out. Every time I configure it once, the whole team uses it forever, and I can go on holiday and it should keep working. So we've done this already across different industries. Let me give you 3 real examples. A coaching organization came to us with an scaling problem. They didn't have enough coaches. A student had questions at night in the evening and nobody to ask. So we built a set of tools on the platform: assessment explainers, goal planners, even a conversation practice tool with role play. Now, as a student at 9 p.m. can clarify their grid scale results, practice default conversation, or build a growth plan without waiting for a coach, and the coach can be freed up for the actual work that a human needs to do. A family law firm, their bottleneck was research memos. Take client facts, apply jurisdiction, a specific law, produce a structured memorandum. With next steps, hour of work per case, we build one tool: a structured intake form in, legal research memo out. Same quality every time. A care organization, another example, a care organization for people with special needs. Group travel planning, accessibility requirements, medical needs, dietary needs, transport logistics. This used to take weeks to draft. Now it takes minutes. And the form makes sure nothing gets missed. Because when you are planning travel for people with special needs, nothing can be missed. 3 different industries, 3 completely different problems, same platform, same approach. Let me show 2 of them live. I'm trying. Okay. Chris, can the platform can be seen?
You can see it. The people in the back probably have a hard time reading it. So,
Okay. I just will give the idea. This is how the platform looks now. We are working on a second version that will be soon online, but this is how it looks now. You get your tool sets here, conversations history here, so you can change conversation here. And this in the middle is how, or for example, or case research for a family law firm looks like. You get this form on the left where you fill in all the information that it needs to be given for the processing. So, for example, jurisdiction venue, you can select here. You can go for next section. Party A role, mother, father, pensioner. You fill up a couple of these sections with all the information that you want to give to the AI to process. No, you don't need to write a full prompt that can take, I mean, for example, these tools can have thousands of lines in prompt that you don't need to fill by hand. You just need to fill this form and then run the research. This is an example of the output. As you can see, with all the information, required information. Another example, I mean, you can create different versions. So this is, for example, version 1, version 2, so you can iterate over it whenever times you want. Travel planner, another example is the travel planner. And this is a lot more complex example and form because of the context is a travel planner for people with special needs. So you have a lot of section, a lot of fields to fill. Tell us about your group, accessibility and comfort, where would you like to go, dates, West Coast. You get all the form. This can be dozens of thousands of lines of prompt engineering, and then you get the output, and you get air travel options, overnight accommodations options, with a link, with the phones to call the hotel, the resorts, even itinerary draft for 3 days, separated by day. So you get all of this. So Going back to the slide. Okay. Europe has more AI professionals per capita than anywhere else. Your business has the knowledge that no generic AI tool can replicate. Your clients, your products, your way of doing things. The bridge is not complicated. It's not expensive, and it's just not for big companies. And this is important. It's not for only big companies. It's AI that knows your business, it's AI that knows your business delivered through tools your team can actually use. And if you only remember one thing from today is stop asking ChatGPT to write me a professional email. It doesn't know what professional email means in your business. You do give it the right tool and it will. So yeah, I think that's all my side.